Hello there, YouTube. This is Transformers fan G138, and I'm here with a video review of Titans Returns Soundwave with Soundblaster. Now, the name Soundblaster, for his little Headmaster or Titan Master component, is derived from his reincarnated self from the Japanese continuation G1, commonly referred to as the Japanese continuity, which, in my opinion, was better than Season 3 of Transformers. So basically what they did is they erased the last 3 episodes of... the only 3 episodes of Season 3. Or 4, sorry, my bad. Season 4. And introduced their own, which was really good, if you don't mind reading subtitles. They actually made Rodimus into a halfway decent leader, and did a few other really good things. Introduced Fortress Maximus as a character rather than a suit. And the Headmasters themselves, completely different take on them. That being said, that's where Soundblaster's name comes from. Because when they killed Soundwave, they brought him back half a dozen episodes later as Soundblaster. They did this very similar thing with Twincast, being Blaster, which in Japanese, Blaster's name was Broadcast. So, overall, this is how he's packaged in robot mode. Pretty bulky, big-looking, kind of Blaster-esque. And the reason for that is, for once, this is a retool of Blaster, not Blaster retool of Soundwave. So that is a that's one of the first things to note about this character. This was designed as Blaster, and then actually was kind of probably designed as both, because they pulled it off very easily. I'm just going to grab Blaster real quick, just give you a side-by-side. And there they are. They actually closed the size gap of the Generation 1 versions. Generation 1 Soundwave was about this high, and Blaster was this high. And both of them do feature the tape deck feature, which is nice, although they've replaced these with, like, smart devices, because nobody these days knows what cassette tapes are. Which, not a bad idea, but you still get the playable features for the guys that know what's good. The other thing is they do both have the same weapon, but when they retooled this weapon, they kind of made it Soundwave-esque, per se, but yeah. So, when we have the battery cannon on his shoulder, there's no convenient battery spot to place that in, unfortunately, but alas, he's a really good representation, and he actually turns into a tape deck radio thing. I'm not really sure what his alt mode's supposed to be, other than a big long box. Like I said, it was based on Blaster and not Soundwave. Being said, not awful. So, let's kick off the transformation process. Well, before I do that, sorry, let's do some articulation. So we got a little side ankle tilt, a little bit of motion in the foot due to transformation. We can rocker it forward as well, 1 notch, 2 notches. We have a heavy ratchet joint on the knee, which moves a little under 90 degrees. Then we got a swivel in the hip, double ratchet for the hip movement as well. And these front panels move out of the way, so you can do full forward kicks. Well, mostly full forward kicks. And his body itself does get in the way of the motion. We have a ratchet hinge there, and in the shoulder. We have a swivel above the elbow, and a nice heavy ratchet elbow. So overall, pretty decent figure. Now, one more size comparison. Oh, yes. And the gun can move a little bit, as well as the head can turn all the way around on this guy. Now, one more comparison, real quick. I'm just going to grab Megatron from the Combiner Wars line. Now, originally I had the Deluxe Class Megatron up on my Decepticon shelf, and this guy was rocking on my Crew of the Lost Light shelf, as he's towers over some of the other characters. But I ended up putting the other guy away and putting this guy up on the Decepticon shelf, because before I had the Voyager class Soundwave next to the Deluxe class Megatron, and it worked okay. But this guy next to a Deluxe class Megatron, not so much. So I moved this guy back up to my Decepticon shelf, and the comparison is pretty cool. Although I still think Soundwave is a little shorter than Megatron. Not bad at all. So pretty good comparison there. So before I go into the transformation, here's his art card that comes with. So pretty cool looking. Got the tech specs on the back. He's got low speed, but you know, he can hear everything, so that makes up for it. Okay, so for transformation, we'll start off by taking his cannon off his shoulder and his gun out of his hand. Next, what we'll do is we'll take this back panel, flip it back, there we go, so you can see a little bit in there, better in there. So you flip back, and then you grab this helmet, and you flip this whole unit down and in, and you close this up. That puts away the helmet, and you get this really weird helmetless Soundwave looking thing. Now we take this off, and we transform it. Now we got his Titan Master. Now, if you actually look closely at this guy, which I don't think we can in the lighting I have here, so I'm sorry if you can't see this. It's not focusing. Well, it's the same one as that's on Blaster. They did swap his head on here, which is really cool. And they obviously slapped the faceplate on the back. Now, this little Titan Master has the same articulation and motion as everything else, and you can clip on to all the little ports, just like all of the others. Put this guy aside in the pile of parts. And the next phase of the transformation, first we're going to cassette deck mode, and then I'll turn him into bass mode for you. So first mode, flip in his hands. Oh yes, and of course we can't forget this. Streetlight mode. Cybertronian streetlight mode, to be specific. So bonus, fourth mode. Woohoo! He's a quad changer. Alright, so we got Soundwave. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to take the legs and start unfolding them. Like this. Fold in the feet. We'll rocker those in, both sides. And this whole unit, flip around like this. This whole thing will rocker in as well. Now this panel tags into that. After everything's out of the way. And this is fully upright and in the locked position. We line up the arm up here. And there's some tabs all over the place. If you want to see a little more detailed one, you can always take a look at my Blaster video. They have the same exact transformations. Except I went in the opposite direction on Blaster. I think I started in bass mode. Yep, and just like Blaster, he's got some problems with tabbing. You gotta make sure the leg is fully twisted. Yeah, even that. We're having some problems tabbing in. There we go. Throw this guy in. up. Sometimes these just are a pain in the butt to line up. Okay, and he's still not lining up. So, specifically with these, they are a pain because of the loose panels that connect to the giant Titan Master. Alright, and there we go. We have Soundwave in tape cassette boombox mode. He looks more like a radio with the whole texture plating for the speakers. So yeah, they're both different radios now instead of like just a tape deck with headphones. But still got the tape deck function. So pretty cool overall. Storing of weapons. There's not really that great of places to store weapons, although you can put this down here. And you can tab this gun up here. So you can store them on his back. And there that goes. I also found this is a great place of storing headmasters. So if you ever want to play him in this mode and you don't want to lose the Titan Master, shove them right in there and lock it back up. Great place. So for base mode, it's not too difficult of a transformation. We flop both of these panels down, flop these ramps down. We flip these out. This guy up and angled. And we flip out this gun. Angle it some more. Same thing on this side. Like this. So overall, pretty cool little base mode. Flip this down, pull this guy out, and this whole unit tabs on the top panel, where our little Titan Master Fearless Leader can sit in. And we flip up some of these panels down here. Not as convenient as... Oh, I guess there's only one panel in there, or is there still two? Can't really tell. It looks like that's all molded one piece this time. So we can flip up this one panel. They did get rid of the cannon attachment for this, so that's a little bit disappointing, but oh, I guess it's still in there. Never mind, my bad. Ignore me. It's been a while since I played with this guy. I just got around to doing the review this morning. And there we go. And then, of course, Titan Masters can all be, like, partying it up with cannons and guns and stuff. So, what's nice about these base modes, they're heavily customizable. You can throw them all over the place. I did forget couple of things back here. Specifically the antennae light thingies. So they're incredibly customizable. You can pull these out, bend them all over the place. You can turn these into legs, make it a tower. And then, of course, they're all combinable with the... What is his name? Fortress Maximus, thank you. Via these ramps. However, he's a Decepticon, so would he fit or would he not? Is the question. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I know this probably was not my best review, but overall, Soundwave is a pretty cool little figure. Glad I got him. I was debating not getting him originally because he is a repaint and he's very expensive, but I'm really glad to have a G1-esque Soundwave that actually dedicatedly turns into a stereo slash tape deck slash thing instead of some force-fit vehicle. So, in that respect, I really like it, and his robot mode is very diggable as Soundwave, even though he is, in my opinion, a little too large, but what are you going to do? It was a 2-for-1 special with Blaster. For Hasbro, at least. again, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Any comments, critiques, discussion, please post down below, and if it's directed at me, I will eventually respond. I sometimes get these notifications at work and I can't really respond on time, so, and sometimes if I don't respond on time, they get a little bit lost. So if you really want to talk to me, post a comment down below. I will most likely get back to you. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.